Here we go. Okay, so the first one we have to go over, point. A point. All right, a picture of a point. And it's usually named by a capital letter. All right, you will see a capital letter near it. So this would be point P. Okay, so usually you see with the point, the capital letter right next to it. Now, if I put infinitely many points together, I get what's called a line that goes off in infinite directions both ways. So the line now, this right now is not good enough. Lord. Try that again. This right here, guys, not good enough. Why not? It ends. All right, I got to put arrows on that sucker. All right, so there we go. And go ahead, put a couple points on there and label them. I'm going to put points A, B, and C on here. Remember earlier I said, hey, we got to start talking mathematically with each other. So I don't want you to hear, I don't want to hear, oh, that line, the one to the left, or the one, that line on the bottom. I want to start naming these lines and using the appropriate symbols for it. Right? So the first thing is symbol-wise when I want to write anything down. Here is the symbol for line. It's a smaller line. Okay. How do I name a line? All right, well, you need minimum 2 points on the line to name it. So go ahead, give me minimum 2 points on that line. And it can be in any order. Order does not matter when naming a line. What do we got? Line, minimum 2 points. AC, done. I could name that line AC. How else could you name it? Line AB. Okay, you want to go crazy, you can name it with all 3 points that you see. 2 minimum, though. Got to be 2 minimum. All right, so naming a line, you got to give me 2 points on the line. A second way to name it without using any of the points, and you'll see this a lot, especially in your textbooks, is you'll see a little lowercase letter towards one of the arrows. That's not a point on the line. That's just another way to name it. So I could name this line M. Okay, line M. Again, that's not a point on the line. It's just another way of naming it. Everyone okay with a point and a line now? Different ways to name it. Okay, perfect. Everyone like my slide transitions, by the way? You're picking that up? Oh, that's a thing this year, by the way. I can't do, like, that was pinwheels right there. Okay, pinwheels. Fold. There is one that I go absolutely nuts over, and that's the Promethean man. Okay? It's very rare that he comes up. He's usually in hiding. Okay, but when he does come up, people just freak out, and you guys get scared because I start yelling and everything because it's a rare one. All right, so once the Promethean man comes up, be prepared. All right, because it's on like Donkey Kong. All right, so just letting you guys know. We'll fold over again. It's on, and I have it set to random. There's, I think, 15 different slide changes. So you could see 2 in a row. You could never see one for a couple days. Promethean man, we never see. But okay, next up, a plane. And if you read the definition of a plane, it's going to be really hard to visualize it and really hard to draw it because it's a flat surface, extends in all directions endlessly, and it doesn't have any thickness to it. So how the heck do I draw that? How the heck do I visualize it? Well, let's scale it down a little bit. Here's what I think about as a plane. Your sheet of paper that's in front of you right now is a plane. Okay, your desk is a plane. This floor is a plane. Okay, the ceiling is a plane. When I draw somebody asked me to draw a plane, there's my plane right there. Right? That's what I think about when people say, hey, can you draw me a plane? Because I can't draw something that extends in all directions endlessly and doesn't have any thickness. Okay, so how do I name it? We know how to name a line. We know how to name a point. So how do I name a plane? Well, most likely planes will have points in it. So what I'd like you to do right now is just put 3 points in this plane that do not form a line. It cannot form a line. First thing, this might be bad news. There is no symbol for plane. You have to actually, well, can't we shorthand? Yeah, you know how to shorthand it? P-L-A-N-E. There you go. There's your shorthand. There is no symbol for plane. And you name a plane by 3 points that do not form a line. Okay, 3 points in that plane that will not form a line. So in our case here, plane DEF, you could also name it FED. Order does not matter as long as those 3 points do not form a line in that plane. All good? Second way you could see it, instead of using the points in the plane, you will see in one of the corners of the plane a capital letter that does not represent a point. So this could also be called plane P. Okay? Anything from you guys on points, lines, or planes, because we're going to practice right now instead of going on to more definitions. Ready? Be ready to get called on. Here we go. If I could remember where I put my faces. Okay, so go ahead, go to the next page. There it is. Okay, I gave you guys a diagram here. Everyone see a plane and some lines on it. And also, just take a look here so you guys don't get freaked out. Everyone see this line right here? I'm not going to name it because I may need to name it later. Everyone see this line right here? See how it's got the dotted lines through? That means that line is going through the plane. It's not actually on it like these two are. It's actually, if I took my pen right now and went right through my paper, that's what it looks like. Okay, that's what that is representing. Could somebody name me a line that contains point X? Answers will vary. There's not one right answer. There's multiple ones. Okay, here, let's get it started. What do you got, Maddie? Line M. I like it. What else could we have had instead of line M? We could have line XY, line YR, line RYX, as long as there's 2 points. Okay? Number 2, line containing point Z. Give me a name of a line that contains point Z. What do we got, Maeve? Line L. I like it. You guys like the single letters, huh? I could call it line RZ or ZR, either one. And then how about a plane that contains points W and R? Remember, when you name a plane, you can name it by the letter in the corner or 3 points that do not form a line. So give me a plane that containing W and R. What do we got, Alyssa? Plane WRX. I like it. She gave me 3 points that do not form a line, or anybody else want to do plane B? You could do plane B as well. Okay. Any issues? Yes. 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 Good question. It's got to be below. Okay. So we got point, we got a line, we got a plane. So if I had a beam from a laser, out of those 3, which one is the closest representing a beam from a laser? Beam from a laser, closely represented by a line. Yep. And I kind of gave this away earlier because I knew it was coming up, but floor, plane. Okay. All right. Here's where I need you to be. Draw a diagram now with these words in it. So I have plane Z. Well, let's stop right there. Go ahead. Draw plane Z for me. So in some corner, I'm going to put a Z. Plane Z. And in this plane, you have lines X and Y that intersect at point V. So can you try that out right now? So in that plane, you have lines X and Y intersect at point V. See if you can, and again, don't look on to anybody else. It may be totally different. I just need 2 lines, X and Y, that intersect at a point we're going to call Z. 2 lines, X and Y. Oh, I got a little repeater over there. Okay, so I have line X and I have line Y, and it says it intersects at point V. Yes? It says a line. Okay, you're making what's called a line segment, which we're getting to at the end of class today. So that would be a yes, yes. Can the line extend outside of? That's fine. Yep, that's fine. Because remember, what do we know about a plane? Endless, right? It's endless, so that line would never go outside the plane. Okay. Are we all right? And now, can you put in another line X? X and W intersect at point P. Well, you already have line X.